people are experiencing homelessness as housing prices and rents have increased in Canada's real estate market. Reports say tens of thousands have started living on the streets of Canada, which remains a top destination for immigrants and refugees. According to a new study in September, one of two homeless people in Quebec can be located in rural areas of the eastern province rather than primarily in Montreal, as previously was the case. Reports gathered that in a Quebec government assessment, nearly 1 in every 4 homeless people ended up on the street after being evicted from their homes. The number of homeless people in Quebec rose by 44% between 2018 and 2022, reaching 10,000 last year. Now, still with us virtually is Chukuma Okoro, Nick Agule, and the great Imo. Despite the housing and rent challenges, confronting Canadians, the North American country is still receiving immigrants, even right as we speak, from across the globe. So many immigrants, including and probably particularly Nigerians. Recently, the Canadian federal government announced an aggressive plan to take in 500,000 immigrants a year by 2025. With almost 1.5 million new immigrants coming into the country over the next 3 years. Canada is a hotspot destination for Nigerians who are seeking to relocate. And there are several reasons why people relocate. But the economic situation of the country right now, is it enough to drive people out of their countries? I'd like to begin with you, Mr. Nick Agule. Let's talk about the Japa syndrome and how it's affecting Nigerians. How do you weigh in on these figures?
Incidentally, the ongoing is the annual accountants conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria holding here in Abuja. And last night, my district and society, which is ICANN UK, we presented a drama at the district and societies competition, and our drama was titled the Japa syndrome yesterday when we presented this drama. So, and I'm here now discussing Japa syndrome. What a coincidence. So, you see, whether we like it or not, migration is a human trait that has come to stay with us. Even in the biblical times, are you still with me? I can't see the studio again, so I hope
yes,
we're still together.
We are with you, Nick. We can hear you. We're listening to you. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So migration is as old as humanity, because even in the Holy Scriptures, for those who are Christians, you will see that in the Bible, the likes of Abraham were moving from one place to the other because there was famine in the country where they were, and then they now moved to where they were. The Israelites moved, and all of that. So that is human nature, and I can assure you that people move for various reasons. Even in the countries where Nigerians are jackpying to, other people are jackpying from there to other countries. Like I can tell you with facts that there's a high number or a relatively high number of UK citizens who are jackpying to Australia. And you go to Australia, some people in Australia are jackpying even back to UK, jackpying to Canada, UK, and US and all of that. So that is it. Now for Nigeria, the problem has, this Japa syndrome has taken a different dimension, because basically what Nigeria is doing is that Nigeria is now subsidizing healthcare, for instance, for the big nations, because Nigeria uses our meager resources to train doctors, only for these doctors to now jackpot to UK, to Canada, to US, and start offering their services to those countries. So technically, Nigeria just trains doctors for them. And that is why I say Nigeria is subsidizing their healthcare. And it's a worrying scenario, because you see, I, as a diasporan, I know that there are a lot of Nigerians who would like to come back to Nigeria. But they are just basic things that are missing, very basic things. Your electricity, 24/7 where you are. In Nigeria, that's not the case. Your security, is relatively guaranteed where you are. If there's a security incident, the security agencies will respond to that with a simple dial of a 999 or 911 on your phone. In Nigeria, that is not the case. Your children are going to education that is
All
qualitative
right.
and it is effective.
All
In
right,
Nigeria, that is not the
Nick,
case.
unfortunately,
Same for healthcare, yes.
unfortunately, we'll have to get your final thoughts in I don't know,
30 seconds.
in a few minutes now. Sorry, in seconds, because we understand that we might have to lose this connection. So please just give us your final thoughts in just a few seconds. All right. Unfortunately, we'll have to thank you, Nick Agule, for staying with us. Let's quickly take Chukwuma's thoughts as well on this issue, because we understand that we're running out of time.
Moses, I think the coincidence that happened with Nick also happened to me, because when this news was, when we raised this issue at a bar last night, someone said that he prefers to sleep in the cemetery than sleep in GRA Ikeja. And I turned around and looked at the guy and said, what do you mean? He said, yes. He said, yes, he would prefer to, because practically everything he needs. He says if he sleeps like 3-4 hours and uses the rest to work, make a lot of money, change it to Naira, do a lot of things and come back within 3, 4, 5 years, that he's better off than having to stay here and struggle all through his life. So that is what we have become. That is who we have become. Unfortunately, we are the cause. How many Canadians have come to Nigeria? How many Australians have come to Nigeria? How many Britons have come to Nigeria? Migration is an essential thing. It's the historical nature of man, but how often do others come here? That is a big question. So if we make this place comfortable, our people will move less, more people will come here, and will reap all the benefits surrounding the migration.
All right, then. Thank you very much. If time allows us, I would like I'd like your thoughts in as well, because we appreciate you all for your time. So let's get your final thoughts in great email.
Society rise and fall on the altar of leadership. Economies are built on faith. Nigeria still holds greater potential than some countries like Rwanda, but perception is key. Those who rule Nigeria must begin to build Nigeria around faith. They must begin to create the positive perception that is required. Nigeria and Nigerians are very heavily endowed. And the only thing we need is structure, order, organization, and then we can have establishment.
All right, wonderful. I honestly would say thank you very much, Nick Agule, Chukwuma Okoro, and Great Emo, public affairs commentators, for staying with us. We value your thoughts on this program. Thank you once again. Now let's get on with the other part of the show now. We'll go into the world of business very quickly. Then when we come back from it, we'll have entertainment and sports. But let's, talking about business now, oil marketers on Tuesday encountered, I beg your pardon, oil marketers on Tuesday countered the position of the federal government as they insisted that the current pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, should not be less than 800 naira a litre if there was no subsidy on the commodity. Now, petrol currently sells at between 580 naira a litre and 670 naira a litre, depending on the area of purchase, as the federal government, through its Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, had denied reintroducing PMS subsidy. On Monday, the Group Chief Executive Officer, NNPCL, Mili Kyari, denied the reintroduction of petrol subsidy and claimed that the pockets of queues by motorists observed in petrol stations across the country stems from hiccups in products distribution from the south to the north and not a lack of supply. Now, he had made the claim barely 48 hours after the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria confirmed the return of fuel subsidy. Also, oil marketers had earlier stated repeatedly that fuel subsidy had returned, as they explained that the landing cost of petrol as of last week was 720 naira a litre. Do the maths. Well, moving on to another story that we have here, still on business. Operators of the Murtala Mohammed Airport Terminal 2 by Courtney Aviation Services Limited on Tuesday announced a rise in car park and lounge service tariff at the airport terminal. Now, BASL stated that the tariff review was due to new economic reality in the country, and the decision had long been held down in clear economic solidarity with the airport terminal users. Now, this was despite its inevitability until it became inevitable for smooth and excellent operational purposes. The tariff adjustment will affect car park and VIP lounge tariff only and will be effective from the 1st of November. All right, so we'll go on a break now. When we come back, we'll have entertainment and sports for you. So, hey, stay with VOP this morning.